Go ahead.
The guys came in and everything, and then the girls didn't want to fuck them. So then when the girls went downstairs to smoke the cigarette, when the girls went downstairs to get the cigarettes, I came back in the room and I was like, hey, it's time for you guys to go. And they're like, what? We ain't going nowhere. So I was like, psh. I hit the one guy in the side of the head and I was like, get the fuck out, blah, blah. He starts pushing me, we start pushing each other and everything. And we go into the kitchen area. His buddy and Adam, they're sitting on the couch like, I don't know what's going on. Yeah. And I'm in the kitchen area and I'm punching him. And his buddy comes up behind me. He's like, man, let go of my cutty, white boy. I'll fucking kill you. This say, get off my cutty. So I take bald-headed one, Terrence. I take Terrence and I put him in a headlock. I'm still hitting him and everything. And his buddy comes up and fucking like shoves me down. So I'm back on my knee and got Terrence in front of me, and he kicks me in the face, like fucks my face up. And I'm yelling at Adam. I'm like, man, get this motherfucker off me, get this dude off me. What the fuck, where you at? Get him off me. So eventually Adam came like, come on, man, one-on-one, one-on-one. And me and dude were fighting and everything. And I'm still holding him. And then dude comes up and hits me again. And Adam finally like takes him, pulls him back into the living room. I don't know what they do. And then I'm holding him, and finally he stops moving. And from what I heard in the trial, like I guess I was holding him like way too long, because he was still moving. In my mind, he was still moving. But what the lady was saying, he was spazzing out or whatever. So he was still moving, and then when he stopped moving, I laid him down. Then I went into the living room to check on Adam and the other guy. Well, Adam's on the other guy's back, holding his neck back like that. And he's like, oh, blah, blah, fuck, I heard his neck snap, he vomited on my coat, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, well, get off.
Yeah.
So I take dude with the dreads, Eric, I take his head and I shake his head and I stick my fingers up his nose, see if he's breathing or something, like see if he's breathing. Well, he ain't breathing, so I drop his head and I'm like, oh, fuck. I run into the kitchen, I start kicking Terrence. Like, dude, get up, bitch, get up, move. He doesn't move, so I pick his head up and oh, shit. I see blood coming out of his nose and mouth, so I drop his head. I'm like, fuck. Elisa was trying to come in the door. I told her to stop, wait outside the door. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, just shut up, don't worry about it. So me and Adam, we grabbed the dreadlock one, threw him in the spare room. We grabbed Terrence, the bald-headed one, threw him in the spare room. And then I put a towel down because Terrence's mouth was bleeding. I put a towel down so it wouldn't get on the carpet and everything. And I shut the door. Well, I cleaned up the mess, cleaned up some of the blood off me, cleaned up the kitchen, and Elisa came in. Bethany, I guess, was still downstairs doing something. Elisa came in, she's like, oh my God, what's going on? I'm like, don't worry about it, just chill out. Bethany came up and she's like saying the same thing. She's like, where'd the other guys go? This, that, what happened? And I'm like, don't worry about it, just shut up. I'm like vibrating everything because I get like anxiety, so I'm like shaking. Then Adam finally tells them, was like, hey, blah, blah, we got into a fight, we killed them, they're dead. They're like, oh my God, are they dead, blah, blah, this, that. So we went to the spare room, opened up the door, showed them. They're like, oh shit, they're really dead, blah, blah. And then Elisa was like, what if they get up? What if they're like zombies or something and they pop back up? Ooh, well, we laugh about that, fucking joke and shit, fucking, I tie them together, together. Yeah. And then the eyes, Elisa was like, the eyes are freaking me out. So I put bags over their head, just put them over their head. And then after everything, we went and someone stepped on my PlayStation, like I wrote in there, someone stepped on my PlayStation. They were saying that we were playing video games and stuff throughout the incident. It was playing error. It was saying error, and it was playing intro music. And the game wasn't even working at the time. So when they come in, we had more stuff to worry about than worrying about a broken game system. So we're sitting there, we're trying to figure out what to do. And then we're like, I really need a cigarette, And then Adam's like, well, they're supposed to have money, ain't they? I'm like, oh shit, yeah. So we go in there, move their bodies around, check their pockets. Then we grab the pockets, go to the girls, give them all the money, and we're like, hey, go fill up the tank and grab some cigarettes. So they went, grabbed a pack of cigarettes for all 4 of us and filled up the tank. They had, on both of them, they probably had like 120 altogether, plus like a couple bags of weed, and a little baggie of coke. Well, the girls left, they came back, and then we're still talking about what we're going to do, how we're going to figure this out, what the fuck do we do? So we're throwing like ideas around this, that. Her dad's still downstairs. We're like, well, we got to wait for her dad to leave, go to work and everything, then we can do all this. Like they were there for like less than 12 hours altogether. They were only in the other room for less than 12 hours, and that's pretty much everything that happened. Like